Yo, what's good, everybody? Happy New Light. Good morning. For those who got something to mourn for that they think is good, whatever. I don't know. I just need to get some shit off my chest, really. I do this video, for those who know pain. I do this video for those who've seen pain and just had to let's go through this shit, man. It's a lot of stuff that we just tend to put ourselves through in this life, and especially if you coming from the lifestyle that I came from, you know, when you mention the word black, just being a black brother, but what are the things that society has already pretty much prepped your mind to see for them? Just come, yeah, he a black dude, so he probably from the ghetto, he probably from the hood. It ain't nothing ever really positive about that. About when you saying that, unless you're looking at it from the aspect of your mama or your pops or somebody who loves you. But as far as society goes, man, nobody gives a fuck, and it ain't that somebody has to. Nobody really has to. Once you get the understanding, I would say the place or the role that you gotta play in your own life. Whatever else people got as far as expectations go, them shit is minimal. You know for yourself, what don't make sense to you, yet we go on about our lives day in, day out, annually, doing things that don't make sense to us, whether it be, something like a 9 to 5, whether it be giving pretty much your entire check to people just for you having a roof over your head. We go through through hell, you know what I'm saying, and we came to the point where we pretty much done justified or normalized that messed up way of living, and that's never your purpose. From the time that you was born, you know what I'm saying, from the time that you was a seed. Everybody know, as a child, as a toddler, it's all about creation. It's all about seeing what kind of world that we got ourselves into. And since we done pretty much, looking at me as an adult, whoever, all the other adults watching this too, you know what I'm saying, I just looking at it from the shit that I've been through, I seen that adults are pretty much, myself included, adults are pretty much, they still children. They're just pretending like they know something. So they place balls and structure and everything else that has you going along this projected path, so that you gotta ask yourself though. For what? Why are they doing this? When I say projected path, I'm talking about things like you gotta get up and go to school, you gotta get up and go to work, you gotta get you a house, you gotta get you get college done with, all that. They say that that's satisfaction. They say that that's success. I've seen, and just like me experiencing this now, that shit don't bring you happiness, man. If you don't see the point in doing any of that, if you look, I'm doing this for a purpose, man. I'm doing this for this and them. Even if you doing it for them and that and other people, who's to say at the end of the day, when you lay your head down, that's you guaranteeing your spiritual salvation, or your understanding of what the grander purpose of this life is, instead of just doing what everybody else is doing, playing the same role that everybody else is already playing. As y'all know me by my name, Silent Soldier. Everybody got their own unique name and all that, but behind the scenes, offline, we doing the same mundane shit that a lot of other people be doing. You know what I'm saying? I got shit. I go to work. I go I go to different places. I deal with stress. I deal with family. I don't got too many friends I really speak with like that. But I mean, all those different factors of life that you know pretty much grew up into, and you gotta ask yourself. I mean, what is like? What purpose is it serving me? If this shit is not serving your own elevation, I mean, just look, you can be tricking your own self. You can be calling yourself, yeah, I'm uplifting myself. I'm elevating. But man, I done seen people pretend that their ego is the conscious. I done seen people pretend that their ego is the soul. And you think that you done like really like stepped up into some knowledge. You done learned something new. But really, it's just the ego really showing its own way of look what I got. Look what I learned. Look, I know something that somebody else don't. And shit, that's just, it's not fulfillment. It's just, you know, it's kind of like a dopamine. That's a little buzz. It's drugs. I mean, saying we can't get that much dopamine just based on the fact that, you know, there's a whole bunch of different kind of stresses that, you know, we got to consider that's taking part in all our lives. Like I said, whether it's dealing with family, friends, school, your job, all that stuff. But to the point where you are like making it your own, to the point where you're making it your I mean, I want to say that, I mean, just as far as you doing everything that is according to your spirit, according to your essence. If you've gotten to the point where at least knowing what your essence is, you gotta ask yourself, man, at the end of the day, man, what are you doing with it? All this knowledge that's out there, everything that's all on, you know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, I mean, whatever. All the shit, all the different shit that we you know, just constantly scrolling through, like data scrolls. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the papyrus. All the things that we constantly scrolling through, we take that as validation of our existence for some reason, and we don't really get a chance to address the larger thing at hand. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there going through pain, you know, real life pain of not knowing who they are, the pain of not knowing like just what they do to themselves, the pain of not knowing what to say, the pain of knowing, the pain of not knowing how to get out the trap that they in. And it's the power of, I mean, my bad, it's the knowledge of that power that they can't attain in order to like really break those habits, break that cycle. And shit, it's like, if you first, you gotta like get through the knowledge, sift through it, see like what it is about it that you can utilize from it. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, you get people new kinds of knowledge these days that's outside of their tradition. They're just gonna like shut that down. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, shit, this video ain't really for them anyway. It's for people who've been lost like I was. Shit, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I still feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got a son. I got my diploma. I went through. I got my bachelor's and all that. And my job, alright, I guess. They pay me enough to keep my head above water. I make my little shea butter stuff on the side, but at the end of it all, I mean, trust me, there's still gonna be some times. Everybody got their own story, but there's still gonna be some times you're gonna ask yourself, for what? And I understand people like, yeah, you got a child, man. That's for something too, yeah. I mean, Look, I get that, but for the purposes of the cycle that I'm addressing right now, a society pretty much has you doing the same shit, generation in, generation out. I mean, we gotta ask ourselves that, because if you're not asking yourself, man, your children are gonna be asking the same thing, and ain't nobody out there, ain't too many people out there that we can talk to about what we think is crazy, but it's the shit that we feel though. But we keep it held within. We keep it locked inside and feel like nobody else understanding that shit. And that puts a lot of people in pain. The pain of lacking connection. And for the people out there who's just trying to just connect, trying to find answers, trying to find questions about their purpose in life, look, I'm not gonna say that I got any solid solution to any of that shit. I was born. I came into this realm the same way that you came into this realm, and in this realm, there's some people here that feel like they got the answers by putting you into these different grade levels, these different academic levels, and these different career levels and all that shit. They're the ones that the people who set that notion, who set that norm, are saying that this is a life that you gotta live by. This is a life that you gotta abide by. And anybody stepping outside that shit, hey, there's gonna be some other people who gonna check you and be like, why you ain't doing the right thing? Like, shit, first of all, you ain't even decide what's right yet. You got told what's right. Same way you got told what to eat when you was a child. Same way you got told what to believe when you was a child. Same way you would stream a certain kind of channels. I mean, if you ain't had cable, you just don't know about like BET, Nickelodeon like that. But look, we only receive certain things, and they only allow us, the things that we do see, they only allow us to operate on that knowledge. So shit, a nigga gotta go crazy. Good morning, bro. Happy new light to you. Peace always. But the dang, what you call it? The information that we receive, if we ain't, I'm saying, first you gotta consider the little bit of information that you do get, and know that's how that they got us operating. How do you got yourself operating with the information that you allow yourself to receive, whether it be emotional information, intellectual information, shit, just, I mean, a relationship kind of information, spiritual information, whatever it is that you know that you need your own growth in, or you might not have been accommodated to the full level that you should have been at when you was young. Sometimes you gotta like drive yourself crazy just to like see the norm that people have been trapped in. Because look, people be like, look, man, just do what you got. Just go to work. Why is you fucking complaining? Why? Man, like I said, this shit ain't for them. This shit ain't for the people who are trying to keep you in check as far as how to be a slave, how to ignore your feelings. This shit ain't for them. I wish that I could say that I got solutions for everybody out this bitch, but the solution start with the soul. SOL. And you either gonna be shit out of luck living this lifestyle, or you gonna be a student of life. Everybody and shit, it's both the same shit, different sides of the spectrum. But I mean, all that I can really say is you gonna be alright as long as you got the notion to have a thought, an original thought. No, I don't mean like, oh, I can, come up with this with something that can rhyme, nothing like that. I don't mean oh, I can make this taste a little better. But I mean an original thought, something that only you can do, only you can come up with, that only you can question. You know what I'm saying? We living off of other people's original thoughts. And them original thoughts, I mean, while they do have a place, they don't have no purpose for the time that you are in. The time that you are in is for you to recognize who the fuck you are. To anybody in pain, anybody's been through that shit, hell, anybody who ever thought suicidal thoughts, it's time for you to realize who the fuck you was and where the fuck you going. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, nobody out here give a fuck about you. Shit, even the ones, I mean, that pretend to connect with you. Cause I mean, it take a motherfucker to die just to be like, oh, we loved them, we cared about them so much, but nobody ever talked to them. Nobody ever reached out to them. Everybody, as adults, the adults that we pretend to be. Like I said, we go through our lifestyles just in the trap. No, they say that the trap is like where they like sell drugs and guns at in the hood, but the real trap is the 9 to 5s. They steal your time. They steal your years away. The real trap is shit, school, college. That shit steal your time and your mind away. How can this brother say something like that? Shit, look at the world, man. People been telling us to go to schools for how many years, and for the improvements that we have in this world. I don't see shit for it. I don't understand for it. Yeah, I realize I'm making this video through a phone, and that would be something that's considered magical a few 100 years ago, 100 years ago. But like I said, for the purposes of you having an original thought, that don't serve no purpose in your world at all. You just be like, man, I just gotta get by. I just gotta pay this bill and I'm straight. And I get that. Trust me, I get that, man. But when is this shit gonna stop, man? And really, this shit ain't gonna end unless all these motherfuckers just quit. Everybody stressed out. Hey, you got like that damn there build you your own nation, build you your own district in the county, and just quit that shit. Quit that shit and sell whatever you got from whoever to whoever needed, and barter that shit or something. But hey, that shit won't work. Silent Soldier. Hey, this shit ain't working. It's just the shit that we doing every day. Once the sun come up, boom, you already, you know you don't want to get up in that shit. You dreading the commute to work. You dreading having to eat the same shit every day. You dreading having to take a shit every day. You dreading having to deal with these annoying ass motherfuckers monthly. And hey, there's a lot of thought put into that. It's a lot of it takes energy to talk to people. Especially those that you don't fucking like that. It take energy. And we do this shit day in and day out. And motherfuckers be wondering why I stay to myself a whole lot. Because I ain't got a fucking thing to talk about when it comes to the same monotonous shit that we be going through. Yeah, I enjoy my video games. I enjoy the movies and shit. I get that. But if it ain't going further than that, to us figuring out like solutions. What you dreaming about? I mean, some kind of like revelation. You see, I asked a motherfucker today right now. My bad for the language, y'all. For anybody who's offended, I mean, Can't say I give a fuck right now because, like I said, it's the same. I gotta put disclaimers. Since I don't gotta put disclaimers out there and all that shit. But people are so like sensitive these days because, like I said, it's a rat race, and if anything outside of what's going on, people gonna put you in check about what you supposed to be doing. You don't owe nobody shit. You don't owe nobody shit but your child. Yeah, you came here through your mother and your pops. They got you prepared and all that shit, but hey, that was they doing. For and if y'all got kids, whatever, you still got to deal with the consequences of whatever that you got going on. But at the end of the day, when it come to you and the grave that you gonna face, when this vessel done with, you really gonna be, stressed about. Oh man, I didn't go to work today. Well, I'm so stressed out. Oh, I didn't finish that paper. See, man, they got us stressing about a lot of shit that ain't human. They got us stressing about a lot of shit that just ain't even spiritual. Look. How many ways can they enslave a nigga? Emotionally, spiritually, hell, academically, intellectually, to the point where they think that, if you smarter than somebody, then you got the authority, or you should have the authority over everybody, man. Look, it's all lies. Everything in the school was all lies. Man, shit, hell, I gotta bring my son to school. Then they probably teaching them shit that I know is a goddamn lie. And my mama had to put me through the same shit. And I had to find out a lot of shit on my own. I had to do a lot of my own research. And that I didn't get a chance to have an original thought or question anything until, hell, I read Malcolm X, ninth grade or whatever, and it got me just thinking outside of Christianity and just our plight as a people or whatever. But hell, this is talking about the plight of the soul, the plight of the thought, the plight of your mind, your heart. Ain't nobody out here really questioning about that every day. It's more about what football game y'all saw, or what movie just came out, who out there beefing. That shit ain't real to me. It ain't real to the people in pain. The people in pain, they ain't thinking about that shit. They using that shit as to something to cope. But, hey, how long you gonna cope? How long? How long we gonna cope? Because it's like I said, it's people out here going through pain, and when it get to the point where a motherfucker snap like that, y'all gonna look at him like he crazy. But it's a lot of us doing a lot of shit that's crazy. And see, we go about our lives doing, like I said, doing shit that we know doesn't make any sense. We know when just giving away all our money like this monthly, we know that don't make sense. But hey, everybody else is doing it, so we might as well. We go about our lives just putting in all these hours in for a job for somebody else that we know don't make sense. Especially if we're spending 50, 60 years in that. If we living to see that age. We know that shit don't make sense. And I'm not telling anybody just give up and drop it. I'm just telling y'all just think outside of what we got going on. I don't know how often you hear it. I don't know how often you might say it, but like I said, it's a lot of pain going out here for people who just don't know how to connect, how to open up, how to do something other than what the system already set for you. Hell, sometimes you just gotta say fucking and be like, look, I know I'm gonna die. Hey, everybody born alone, everybody die alone, but for the life that we all living together, y'all gonna have to accept me for me. If you're looking for somebody to be nicer, somebody next door, somebody in the next state, go chill with that motherfucker. But for what I am now, or I mean for what you are now, you have to love yourself enough to be like, alright, this shit is not serving me. This shit is not getting me to the point of me understanding what I'm supposed to be doing in this lifetime. And people die like this. They people be in pain. I mean, they feel like their whole life. I done seen it. They feel like the whole life the man wasted because of the years that they done put in work, and still, like on their deathbed, still can't have nobody to understand them. Look, like I said, nobody has to understand you. Matter of fact, you don't hold that expectation up for nobody to have. The only expectation is for you to shine like you shine. See, I mean, I already know I ain't got the social skills. I already know I ain't got the wordplay and all that shit like that. I'm just expressing myself the way that this temple allows me to. If y'all can't understand my microphone, then oh well. But this microphone, like I said, everybody got their own. And I'm not trying to holler over anybody else. I'm not trying to say that, hey, this is the right thing to do, wrong thing to do. Hey, same coin. How you gonna spend it? How you gonna spend that wisdom that you get? And a lot of us, I feel like, we have a whole lot of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Even especially for those in pain. But shit, if you've been through like the trauma and the suicidal thoughts like I done had, this shit ain't no joke as far as you trying to find your own freedom or create your own freedom. You're not gonna do that doing the same shit day in and day out. I speak from a place of weariness and tiredness when I say that you cannot afford to give any more fucks in this day and time. You can't afford to give any more fucks about your job or anybody who got feelings about any of this bullshit. It costs too much. It's costing me too much. And for those who, like I said, you watching this shit and you know what it's like to be in this kind of pain, man. You know you can't afford that shit. For the wisdom that you got, for the trauma that you done gone through, you done had to push yourself through, because you done put all look. I know some people might think it's kind of heartless to be like this, but for all the shit that you go through, from your birth and up to now, for the point that you're at now, that shit is your fault. That shit is all on you. Why? Hey, for you to have the answer, for you to have the feelings about what you go through, we pick and choose some shits. We pick and choose the opinions that we hear from other people. We pick and choose the choices that we see other people do. And unfortunately, a lot of that is from ignorance. And I'm saying this. It's okay to be in your time of ignorance in that stage. This is why I can't really like be out here judging anybody like that. But I know that there was more than the ignorance that we've been groomed to be in. For the pain that you've been through and the ignorance that you've been pretending to live on as an adult, that you feel like has worth, that shit's only hindering you from your own elevation. It's only hindering you from your own realization of what you are supposed to be doing, other than serving other energies, other entities. Have you forgot the being that you are? Probably, because I know at one point I did. But like I said, the fucks I have left, I just ain't got them no more. And I just like look at, I don't know. I ain't trying to worry nobody, anything like that, man. But I mean, I was just thinking about the notion of suicide the other day. And and just like for what that shit is, I try to like have a just a overall perspective on, like, I mean, a lot of thoughts that be coming through my mind and what might be coming through like other people's minds too, and how I can help myself so that I can have the abilities to help others. You know, it's a suicide. I mean, for what it is, you are ejecting yourself out of this shit, out of your vessel, because of either pain or you just feel like, I mean, I didn't seen all this shit before. Why am I going through it again? And that'll be the shit that will make people want to just get out this. But I'm gonna tell you like this, man. It's like you came into this life. You came into this life already being in your essence. Your high self or your soul parents, they done dropped you off here on this at the third dimension house. They said, hey, we'll be right back. I didn't pack you that much because, I mean, we gonna be right back. But, I mean, there's rules and stuff here. Just try your best to abide by that shit until we get back. Anybody doing suicide, it's like as a child just running off the house, running out of the house that your folks done left you in. Because you call yourself wanting to go back home, but you don't even know the way back home yet. Unless you like had that spiritual inclination. But that inclination does not come with your with aborting your own self prematurely. It's always something to be learned. It's always an epiphany to have. And people don't really use that shit, I don't see. They don't use it for their own betterment or for other people's betterment. Unfortunately, it gets buried under all the other stress that a suicidal dude would go through. So, hey, we in the third dimensional house right now. Until the time that, you know, that the sweet chariot come take whoever home or whatever, until you no, expire, the consciousness go home with the parents, go home with the higher selves or whatever. Man, I ain't trying to say these are the names of the things, all that. Just get the concept of what I'm speaking on. It's many layers to the wisdom that we go through, which is why, I mean, I really gotta like speak through metaphors with this shit. Just so it's the only way that I can really explain this stuff. It's so much that I be having going through my mind, so much wisdom and shit. I mean, that's why, I mean, sometimes I don't even be talking to people like that, because I gotta really like formulate myself and like just work up the energy to get around people again, just to deal with the little shit and express myself properly. Cause, hey, like I said, everybody ain't got that connection. If you ain't got that connection, your social problems are gonna be. Hey, it's just gonna be hard to talk with people sometimes. Everybody ain't gonna get you. But I'm gonna tell you like this: once we get to the point where we stop expecting people to get us, and we just do us, and you just do you, you can. I'm gonna tell you right now, you'll find your light in that dark. See, for me, the darkness is my home. That's where I get all my ideas at. Whenever I mean, shit, the darkness is real light to me. Whenever it comes to this light shit, it's just me. It's just a way for me to translate what I got going on in the dark, so that other people can see. If you feel what I'm saying. But the darkness, that's all you, and that's what we came from. When our eyes close on our last breath, all it's gonna be is that dark until we rise up. or rise down, depending on how you looking at it. Wait, how you rise down? No, never mind. But y'all get the shit. But compassion for yourself. I know that I gotta start like loving myself better, loving myself enough to know that it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna say this. I mean, you gotta do the same thing too. Cause look, ain't nobody gonna tell you. The only thing that people are gonna tell you when dealing with the matrix that we in, they're just gonna give you the most philosophy to 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 basically like act as a Novocaine for the pain and the monotonous, repetitive bullshit that we're going through in this 3D realm. And this 3D realm, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta like take it for what it is. I don't blame the shit for what it is, even though I mean I might like despise it, but I know that hey, for the old soul that I am, I've seen enough of it to be like, okay, I get it. It's just that my purpose. I mean, I used to say this all the time. My purpose is just helping the youth find their purpose. I remember as a youth, I didn't the direction that I needed. No father figures and no community and shit like that. That was gone. That wasn't there. I ain't had no knowledge of that. Only knowledge I had of that was whenever I read the Black Panther autobiographies, whatever. Seize the Time. That Black Panther book and the other one by Huey P. Newton, Revolutionary. Shit, I forgot the full title of the book, but it's not a lot of examples out there. So you gotta do what you gotta do to first create that feeling of an example. I mean, I spent like a lot of my life just wishing that my big brother, I had an older brother that who would I don't know probably teach me about what it mean to be a man or just how to go about life as a brother in general. But I find myself more nowadays that I mean I had to like whatever vision that I saw for that brother to have, I gotta lay that shit out through myself. It's kind of like having an imaginary friend that you see as brave, but really you know that they're a concoction of your own mind or that they're your own ideas, they're your own imagination, and we project that shit onto as children. We projected that to our toys, our imaginary friends, or hey, just having these vast imaginations in our head. As we grow, those vast imaginations just tend to I don't know with the stress that we go through, we tend to see those imaginations, something that we thought was like much required for our minds, for our hearts. Those imaginations they just became irrelevant just based on the life, just based on us pretending to be adults as we grew up. But hell, I ain't never seen an adult that got it all together, unless they've truly addressed what they got going on, and have tamed their demons and understood the essence that they are and how they needed to act accordingly to their own universe. How does hell? I ain't trying to talk nobody ear off or nothing like that, but I don't know. Perhaps I needed this to say this just so I can have something to talk to. Perhaps I needed to talk with myself. The whole ego shit about me, who gonna get this, who not gonna get this. Fuck all that, man. Sometimes you really gotta talk to yourself in the mirror. And like, I don't know, anybody who gets the concept of what I'm speaking on when it comes to, hey, for anybody in pain, you gotta do something with it. Hey, then you know where I'm coming from. Make sure y'all drink y'all smoothies today. Make sure y'all hit up somebody and ask them a question that probably ain't never been asked. Like, I mean, we tend to say, hey, what's wrong, man? What's wrong? Start asking, hey, what's right? Don't nobody ask me that, man. It's always about what's wrong. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I tend to give off that depressed vibe, I guess. But shit, anybody who asks me what's right once in a while, especially when I was really going through my depression and suicidal thoughts, I don't know. Maybe I would have been able to like stand my ground a little bit better. Maybe I would have been able to know my feelings, know how I'm feeling, know the concept of emotions, energy, emotions. If I would have like been questioning that a whole lot earlier, I don't know, I might have got that, but I didn't. Like I said, I had to learn the shit late, and I don't blame anybody who think that they were supposed to teach me. You know what I'm saying? Because I did have some folks there, but hey, for the most part, they was like, hey, just get on the conveyor belt of life. Go to college, get a job. Now, for anybody in pain, do you really expect me to tell you? I mean, to do that same shit? I can't. It just go against my essence. I feel like I'd be lying to you. You don't find fulfillment that way. You gotta find it yourself. You gotta find it through your pain. You gotta like make your pain mean something. We apply meaning to a whole bunch of shit, meaningless shit. But the pain that put in our hearts, that gets ignored a whole lot. Shit. Just for the sake of pretending to be strong, pretending to be cutthroat. I promise you that ain't the way, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, I guess. Just keep y'all head up. Like I said, just do something. Do something different today. Question somebody. Question yourself. A question that you ain't never received before. What's right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy have you been? Hey, what's something that you often go to sleep with on your mind? I mean, just questions like that. Instead of, hey, what's going on, man? Knowing goddamn well you don't really care what's going on with them. But I mean, people be asking that. It's almost like I said. It's cold. It's programmed. Don't ask me, hey, how I'm doing when you really don't intend to hear my story like that. Don't be asking other people how they doing when you really don't intend to hear the story like that. I'm here for the sincerity of the shit. I just don't have time for the for the dead. I let the dead do their thing, but hey, while I'm living in this vessel, just be real with me. Don't ask me how I'm doing. Hey, ask me what I learned. What have I learned in the past week? Ask somebody, I mean, what kind of wisdom that they accumulated in the past week. That'll help these people who are secretly going through pain. That'll help them really get through a lot, because it gets them to question some things. It'll get them to like internalize a lot of shit. And hey, we like I said, we ignore that internal shit for the sake of living in the external. But here right now, I got a lot of shit to do with my job and all that shit. It's a Monday, Moon Day, and for a Moon Day, the moon, that represents your feelings. That represents the soul, the fluid emotions that you be going through. You know what I'm saying? So we start the week off on the sun, which is what's conscious, which is the ego. And then that second day, we're going to the Moon Day, which is dealing with within. And you go to work having to deal with all the internal shit that you be dealing with. That's probably why people don't like Mondays like that. Because they know internally they doing the wrong shit. They know spiritually they doing the wrong shit. But hey, we done made sense out of it. So here, you gotta learn to make sense out of your own crazy ass thoughts, your own crazy ass ideas, and hey, like really get back to. I mean, hey, if you had imaginary friends coming up, know that those ideas were once yours. They were once your own imagination, and you can project that shit not just outside of you, but within you as well, for you to for you to feel like you're strong. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I used to like really look up to the Black Power Ranger when I was little. So for one of my toys, I project that with him. You know, Zach the Black Ranger. Nowadays, I look at for the stress that nigga had to go through. For some reason, the connection for that imaginary friend just ain't that no more. Why? Because hey, like I said, the internal shit that we used to deal with as a child, we done minimalized that as we've been brainwashed and cultured and put into this manufacturing way of living. You really got to do what you got to do to survive within. You got the tools. Some people feel like they ain't got it, but I'm gonna tell you, with enough time and enough healing, you got it. You just ain't looking in the right places yet. You just gotta look deeper. Look deeper within. You can only be with as deep as you are with yourself is how deep you can deal with this world, with this reality. And as deep as you are dealing with this reality is how deep you can deal with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not like trying to. None of this shit has to be profound enough for anybody to be like, oh yeah, now I get it. It's gonna take time to get this shit. There was some times when I couldn't get it. The shit y'all see me talking about now. I wouldn't be talking the same shit like 5-10 years ago, cause I ain't get that deep myself yet. Would it be about my eating? What retarded ass religion I was following? Just the low vibes I had to be like groomed into and all that shit. Look, all that stuff was. I had to go through that for me to know what's going on now. For me to acknowledge my own pain and be like, all right, this is what I can do with that. So you got to do the same with you. You gotta. I don't want to see nobody going through the same shit again, going through the same matrix. It's just all on you for real. If you need help, advice, or anything, I'll help you add advice to that shit, to your life. Ask questions. Sometimes the questions are more important than the answers. Cause you gotta ask yourself first, why am I asking this? Like, what's bringing me to the point of asking this? You feel me? So, much love, everybody. Much hate too. Hey, why much hate? Hey, I got hate for the system. I got hate for the way that they got us trapped, taking away our time and our money, which is, I mean, none of that shit is real, but hey, at least while I'm living this reality, I at least want to enjoy the shit for at least a week without me having to feel like, man, I can't be creative because I gotta do this other shit. Gotta make time for that. Gotta make time to be free. And I hate the fact that, hey, I even gotta stress this much about it to do it. There's a lot of other people out there who are stressing a whole lot to do the same shit too. That's unfortunate, but hey, just know that you're not alone. Know that there's people out there that might be thinking the same crazy thoughts that you're thinking. I ain't never had no intention of sharing my crazy thoughts, but I don't know. You never know. Perhaps somebody knows what you're going through. Perhaps you can find a connection, but you will never make that connection until you connect the truth to yourself, until you remember, like reattach yourself to the notion that, hey, that you got to do you. Expectations ain't shit unless it's applied to yourself. And even then, just realize that you freestyling shit just like everybody else. I got here the same way you got here. But like I said, do what y'all gotta do, man. Asante Sano for just watching this shit. Come from a place of pain, place of a mild depression, I would say. But hey, I know that I'm gonna be alright. It's just the process that a nigga gotta go through to get to that point. I really ain't supposed to be here, for real. But I'm here. And you here too. So, ashe, yo. Peace out, y'all.